sports fan, this is Steven here for JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special NBA debate video. But before I get into that debate video, I want to make sure you hit that subscribe button and that you're sharing our videos in your sports groups on Facebook and Twitter and on Instagram so we can be seen and so we can debate with you and we can hear from you. Now, to get right into it, as a lot of us saw last night, the exhibition game between the white team and the blue team, Team USA, we saw Paul George go down. Now, Paul George is one of the budding stars in the NBA, small forward, bound to be all-star and all these things in the upcoming year. Now he's out likely for the season with a gruesome compound fracture of his fibula, and just goes to show you that any one play in the NBA could change a team's future, because Paul George was a building block. He emerged up under Danny Granger and Roy Hibbert, who we saw was going to be better and things like that. But then Paul George took a few steps and he became better than all of them. So now looking at Team USA, what do they do to rebound? I'm going to touch on Team USA first before I get to the Pacers, because that's more current. Team USA has to make a big decision on whether to keep players, whether to get rid of players and things like that. Now, you have a large void now that Paul George is not going to be there, because this team, Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski, was basically banking on using Kevin Durant and Paul George and Derrick Rose in a major way to lead the way into the next gold medal for as far as the championships and for the FIBA basketball championship. So with that being said, losing Paul George, you're going to have a big void on defense. You're going to have a big void on offense. So you have to pick a player that can step up. They have a lot of the quality talent. Not that many talented small forwards on this team, because it is a guard-heavy team. You do have a couple of good big men, but they may have to call on the services of one LeBron James. I know it's kind of hectic, but you don't just replace Paul George on offense and defense unless you go above his talent level. So when you look at Team USA, they don't really have a replacement right now. They may have to bring somebody in off the street. But more than likely, they're going to be a great talent that replaces him, and it'll have to be 2 or 3 people, more than likely. Now, what this means for the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are going to likely be without Paul George next season. That type of fracture, that type of compound fracture, is one that we've seen a lot of players not come back from, and we've seen some that bounce back, including wide receiver of the Miami Dolphins, Brian Hartline, who bounced back pretty well, but just praying for Paul George and thinking, okay, I hope he gets better. But looking at the grand scheme of things, the Pacers did not choose to sign back Lance Stevenson. They lowballed him on an offer, so he went and signed with the Charlotte Hornets. That was going to be a big mistake moving forward, because Lance Stevenson was the second best player on that team. You can even compare him to say that he did a little bit more than Paul George, because he played point guard, he played shooting guard, he ignited the offense. When George Hill was struggling off the starting unit, he came in and he did what he had to do, and he played multiple positions. He was more versatile, and he also, even though he had a couple of antics, he got the job done in prime time when the games counted the most, and he did his thing. So it's going to be tough for the Indiana Pacers to bounce back, having Roy Hibbert, David West, Evan Turner, George Hill. No Lance Stevenson is going to hurt this team, and Larry Bird is going to regret doing that. Now you have to have some young blood to step up and take the spot of a Paul George. It's going to take multiple people on the Indiana Pacers to replace George this season also. Now, one of the highlights that we did see of the Team USA game was one Derrick Rose, who has not really been playing for the last 2.5 years. He's played a handful of games, but from those moves that he had of crossing over, and even the no-look assist, and also the power slam when he came through the hole, 2 feet, 2-hand dunked it. Those are the plays that we're accustomed to see Derrick Rose make year in and year out as a Chicago Bull. Even going back to his career at Memphis for a short stint there with Coach Calipari. Now you're looking at the Chicago Bulls having Derrick Rose back, and you're looking at this Team USA squad saying they do have real talent on this team. And I'm thinking this is going to be a very guard-heavy team to play with international rules, but they're going to need more big bodies in order to compete with Spain if they do somehow make it to the finals, versus a lot of good talent in this FIBA World Championship. So What do you guys think? What do you think about Derrick Rose's return and looking good and things like that? What do you think about Paul George's injury? What do you think Team USA will do? And what do you think, most importantly, will the Indiana Pacers be like this season? Will they be still the #1 seed like a couple of people picked them before Paul George's injury? Will they take a step back? Will they not even make the playoffs? I'm interested to know what you guys feel about this whole breakdown of Team USA and the Indiana Pacers and moving forward. So leave your comments in the comment section below. As always, check out justmypicks.com for all the breaking news. Also, follow me on Twitter at justmypicks.tv. Also, check me out on YouTube, YouTube.com/justmypicks.tv. Also, Facebook, Facebook.com/justmypicks. Check us out. Let us know how you think of us, and add something to the debate. Don't just come and watch, come and comment. Let me know what you guys feel. And don't forget, check us out each and every week and share our videos in your sports group. Thank you very much, and God bless.